Hey all, and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum. We're still bopping about in the Under, and I have a feeling that Colosseum is going to get used eventually, but for now, stereotypical Chinese restaurant, let's go.
Well, you say that, but they're selling herbs here, so maybe you're not going to get your noodles like you might have wanted, sorry.
Well, there's a revival herb there, we could easily use that in a dish. Energy root sounds lit as well. Does anyone actually use these? Like, because I know, like, there's a certain thing where, like, frustration works better if your Pokemon doesn't like you as much, and I guess some Pokemon evolve through not liking their trainers much. I can't give you one off the top of my head, but the opposite is true at the very least. Okay, well fuck me then. I knew nothing about Pokemon.
Clearly not, but what we're going to be making use of here over the course of this part is that UFO disc. I don't know why they called it that, but they did. That goes a different direction depending on which disc you put in the panel here. So that is your way to get around to the different spots in the Under that you might need. And we're going to be making our way over to the TV studio now because we want to find out what Lady Venus is actually up to.
Lovely.
They did say that if you beat the Colosseum, the idol mistress herself will give you a shadow Pokemon, which seems like a bit of a silly thing to advertise, but does mail come in and out of the Under exactly?
Good question, given we all talked last part about how they seem like completely separated from the rest of the world, so maybe they just don't give a shit. They've just come to accept the fact that there's these evil-spirited Pokemon around. But yeah, you mentioned about going in the Colosseum. We're not going to be doing the Under Colosseum in this playthrough because we don't need to in terms of the plot. We're going to be going straight to fight Venus in just a sec once we've finished faffing around looking at every square inch of this place, because that's how I go when I record these parts. Yeah, let's get the battle on fucking camera. That will actually be some hype, rather than just her talking straight.
It's them! The ones fucking with Cypher! How dare you!
Get the cameras rolling, we need some good material here.
We need to show that we can push the dissidents' faces down into the mud. Oh god. Oh, what a weeb. Oh, Jesus.
Yes, this is definitely Lady Venus, or Cypher Admin Venus, and yeah, she is basically 100% your idol stereotype, and so on and so forth. Quite nicely, she is actually called Venus in every single version of the game. Obviously, Venus being derived from the Roman goddess of love, Venus. There is also potential that her catchphrase, which is "I'm your Venus," may be a reference, most likely is a reference to the 1969 Shocking Blue song Venus, which was later covered by English pop group Bananarama, because it's the "I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire," and so on and so forth. And actually, I did listen to that before starting this recording session. I was just like, listening to this, I actually hear sort of the way the music sounds in that song. I sort of heard Colosseum's soundtrack style in there, so I don't know whether they're going for a little bit of an 80s pop vibe with some of the music tracks in Colosseum, because it did very much remind me of this.
I think that might be a bit of a reach. Like, music here, like, it feels like they're just trying to make a Pokemon soundtrack, but with a darker approach to it, and it works for that. You do get some of the synth instrumentation, so that might be what you're thinking of. But maybe not. I think you're reaching though.
I felt the soundtrack style was a bit heavier than usual, honestly, which honestly suits the more serious style of the game in general. Although it does have its silly moments every now and then. I mean, like now, for example, because we're fighting a fucking idol.
You don't get any J-pop coming up when you're fighting her though, so maybe it's not entirely thematically appropriate. Okay, but Venus's approach in battle is really fucking annoying because she is a stalling kind of trainer, and her main strategy involves using Attract to get your Pokemon immobilized, so it just drags out the battle for so fucking long.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of female Pokemon, I seem to recall that being your main advantage there, although she does have the male Bayonet as well.
I mean, actually, I'm going to look that up, because that is probably a bit of important knowledge of all of the genders of her Pokemon. So she has 2 male and 2 female Pokemon.
Oh,
the females are Delcatty and then a Vileplume, and then the males are Steelix and Bayonet. So she has actually got quite a varied team in the grand scheme of things. And obviously she's got the obligatory legendary dog that all of the 3 later Cypher admins have. And of course, she has the one that is most in keeping with her design.
I've got to ask, because I can't remember, does the Steelix now attract as well?
The Steelix does indeed now attract. All of them now attract, apart from the legendary dog.
What? Why a Steelix exactly? I'm not going to exactly, expect my Pokemon to be like 4. I want a bit of that.
Well, I mean, like, maybe size does matter with that kind of thing?
I was about to make some sort of joke about them liking it hard, but I thought, no, that is just really inappropriate and really would not sound right coming from me, so I'm just going to stay quiet.
Well, you alluded to it, so you've done the fucking damage. But, like, it does remind me of, I forget which game it was from, but, like, in one of the games there was a double battle, like, with a couple character class, and their team was an Onyx and a Cloyster.
Yes.
Put your mind to where that might have been going.
No, you see, Flame, we don't have to imagine that. We know what it means. You're the degenerate who doesn't.
I'm the degenerate for not immediately coming to a dirty joke. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's our big, buff, handsome Steelix.
Oh, man. Even I'm feeling a little bit of something. Anyone else? Anyone?
No.
Well, I mean, we've had the last couple of days of everyone thirsting over female Bowser. Maybe we're gonna get, like, hot Steelix next?
Why do you have to remind me of that?
There's your fucking Bowser mention. What the fuck is wrong with people? Can't you just draw normally?
I know.
Actually, I probably should stop talking here, shouldn't I?
Yes, you should. I've seen your likes, and you are a degenerate at the end of the day.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there. Like, all the plebs and all the fucking people who have been prudish and been looking down on me for getting horny over Bowser before, now they've changed their fucking tune, haven't they? Now she's a chick.
Might as well just be a different character at this point. Let me just say, I've got no problem with people drawing this shit. It's just when every second image on my timeline is Bowser, it gets a little bit annoying, alright?
It really does, especially considering that technically it should be Bowser or Beach, because that's what it is. He's not part Toadette. But there we go!
Yes.
Okay, that's your issue with it, is it?
Well, I mean, there are plentiful other issues with it, but, I mean, if you're gonna go there and be completely degenerate with the whole thing, you might as well be accurate with what you're calling the bloody thing.
Well, let's just stick with the fact that Bowser is hot and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no! I was just like humming along and I didn't realise what Flame was saying. Oh, I'm Vileplume right now. Just leave me alone to die.
Well, to get us off the topic, I mean,
Please.
I believe that we are... Oh, there's the legendary dog, Suicune, which actually is probably my favourite of the legendary dogs, but that is pretty much always because I've always gone towards the more elegant Pokemon quite often. Naming stuff for the Under, because I realised that I didn't do it when we kind of first came to the Under. We might as well do it now, because... get us off the topic of what we were talking about. So, obviously in Japanese and English it is Under or the Under. In French it is Suarebe or Sureb, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but it comes from Su as in under. German is Orcus, from the Latin Orcus for underworld. Italian they called it Ipogea, which comes from the Italian word for underground. And randomly, the Spanish is Basi or Basix or something, which comes from Basico, which is basic. So this place is the basic, apparently, according to Spain.
Okay. So basically, if you're strolling around here, you're just a basic bitch. Got it.
Basically, yes.
Okay, but to go back to what you were saying about the legendary dogs, I'll say that I really like Suicune a lot, although it might be tied with Entei for me, because I really like Entei's design as well. Raikou, not so much. Raikou is okay as a design, but it's just less interesting than the other two to me.
Well, let's put it in terms of like the anime and the movies. Entei, while it wasn't the actual Entei, had a great movie. Suicune had the whole thing with Esuine in like Generations and so on, which was a pretty lit episode. Raikou had a special that, while was cool enough to focus on like the Gen 2 protagonists and whatnot, wasn't all that great. So I think just in terms of order, Raikou comes last.
Yeah, and also Suicune was in Pokemon Forever and got to be a badass in that as well. So, yeah, I think in terms of those two do definitely come out on top of Raikou. But actually, I do quite like Raikou. I think the problem with his design, it's the puffy cheeks, is he sort of looks a bit like a hamster.
Little bit, yeah, I do get what you mean. It makes the front of his body look really oddly round, doesn't it?
Yes, and I think what people were probably expecting a little bit more from him was more kind of jagged lines, the whole lightning look, which they do sort of follow through with the rest of it, but I think it's also the fact that his cape is sort of more like a billowing cloud rather than, you know, proper stormy stuff, and I think that doesn't help either.
That's cool though, I like that about Raikou's design.
Oh yeah, it's great, but I think that, yeah, people might not necessarily like that much, and also it rounds out the design when people might be looking for slightly spikier. Ouch.
Yeah. That Quagsire, he ain't going nowhere. Although, maybe. Well.
Look what Pokemon we're trying to snag here, Tom.
True.
How do you think this is going to work out for Quagsire? I think he might be claiming redundancy pretty soon.
There you go. Steelix is just over there having a nap, unaware that his compatriot over there is about to be captured. Away you go, Pokeball. Away you go.
Well, we gotta heal up some others first, but I think he's got more of the random kick in the face to worry about before Suicune.
Ah, yes.
Yes, and also I have to say, nice edit there, because obviously you cut out throwing out Hitmontop, and however many turns it took.
Noticed.
Yes, and obviously however many turns it took us to get to actually capturing Suicune. I remember when I first played Colosseum, I think Suicune was the one legendary dog that I ended up missing the first time round, and I think it is just because she stalls so much, and because it is so easy for her to accidentally kill off the Suicune, because obviously Steelix here with bloody Earthquake, and it's a nightmare. But hey, you caught it and well done, and let's finish this bloody thing.
Kick it in the face!
So this is kind of awkward because with the other times I've made an edit, I've been able to just like cut to the last Pokemon being snagged, whereas like this fucking Steelix does not want to die.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, it is a big metal fucker, like it's gonna be pretty defensive to be fair, but still.
Okay, I didn't realise you were using a multi-hit move. I thought it was like Mega Kick or something.
Nah, but Ampharos is taking a beating there.
Props to it for sticking it out though, that should have like gotten rid of it, but no, it's still there, even to this day, shilling its own Ampharos brand even.
Hopefully one more triple kick should do the job.
If not,
Fingers crossed.
I'm gonna have to call Jakku's hijinks antics. Has any of like the AI started using potions and whatnot against us at this point?
Justy did. I don't know if any others actually do.
I don't think they do, actually, from what I remember anyway. Obviously, my memory is awful with these sorts of things, but I don't think they do actually use any items on their Pokemon. You might right towards the end in sort of like the final area, but...
Yeah, I know that some of the final battles, they do like to use X items from time to time, but other than that, they don't really use healing items that much, from what I recall.
I don't remember them doing that either.
Let's see what Ironfile F is about. This is the final report, so we're probably not going to find any more of these fuckers.
Aw, end of an era, guys, end of an era. Oh god, the Heart's door. No, I can't go back, it's not Friday yet!
Oh god.
It's fine, I'm still in full Kingdom Hearts mode, so it's all good for me.
Oh yeah, you're doing Dream Drop Distance for your channel, aren't you?
At some point soon, yes. I mean, I've still got, you know, other commentaries of Kingdom Hearts to do before then, but I may or may not have started recording the footage for it, so,
There you go.
Now, what was that one? I don't like how in Gen 3 and beforehand it doesn't tell you what the TMEs as you pick it up, but attracts, so we can be obnoxious like Venus was. Cool.
Very good, very good. I mean, it makes sense to get the TM that she was using against you so much. It's almost like these are gym leader fights, just painted a different way.
Just a lot more evil. But yeah, I didn't actually clock on to the fact that down the stairway that we're meant to be going next, there's actually a shortcut back to the Poke Center, so I'm doing this the long way here.
Flame, what do you like?
Also, question, are you going to get that chest over on the left there? Please say for the love of God you do, because it's driving me potty.
Yes, but you can't get there until the post-game.
Oh, for God's sake.
So you're going to be waiting a little while yet.
Thank you for saying you are getting it, but I had forgotten about that point. But yeah, that is just driving me potty, just like, it's there, let me get it.
No, you may not. I refuse, says the game.
Yeah, you just got to look at it for the next few hours.
So, Flame, Colosseum next time?
No. I told you we're not doing the Colosseum here.
Fuck!